All right, good afternoon and welcome to the advanced training. Always excited to be on here with you guys and appreciate the time and the trust for you to jump on here with me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. I apologize. My phone has decided to blow up for like the last 20 minutes. I don't know what's going on in the world, but we're trying to ignore it. So we've got our advanced getting started training. And what we're going to look at here is a brand partner timeline. And you might be in these different stages. So you might be watching this for yourself, or you might be thinking of your teammates. Either way, it's the same process. We're going to go through the same thing. But this is my goal with every single person that entrusts me to get started in this business. These are the things that I want to make sure that I do. So when they get started, I want to train them on boards. Boards, 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 boards. We're going to say that 87,000 times. It is the backbone of everything that we do here. And it allows us to really naturally share about our business and what we have to offer in the most simple way I've ever seen. So I want to make sure that they see how simple it is and that they've been trained on that because it is a brand new operating system. It's something that they've never done before. And there's a lot of steps to get comfortable with it. It's a little different than any other tool I've personally used before. And so we want to make sure that we're holding hands in that process so that they don't get frustrated. Next, I'm going to make their first post with them. Oh, that first post, I remember making it. I made mine on July 5th in 2023. So that tells you that I have a date in my mind because I remember it because it was terrifying. I had never built on social media before. It was really intimidating. And I thought, oh, my people are going to not expect this from me and it's not going to go well. Okay. But guess what? We all felt that way. Feel the fear, do it anyway, but be there with your brand partners. If we hold hands right there, one on one, they are more apt to do it. And that is going to set them up for success. Okay. And I'm also, if I'm really doing my job, I'm going to help them get professional mode and I'm going to actually schedule that first week of posts with them. Why? Because by the time they've made a week's worth of posts, they're going to have moved boxes, they're going to have those endorphins hit from those wins and they're going to see that okay, the benefit outweighs the pain point. So I want to do that with them. I'm also going to invite them to Partner Conation and any other team groups that you may have on Facebook for you and your specific team. I'm going to share Telegram and make sure they're on our team Telegram channel, and I'm going to invite them to the IPA Zoom because I want them to have the cheat code for their success. Next, once they start moving boxes, I want to make sure that they understand the customer flow on how to follow up with those customers because the last thing we want is for it to be 2 weeks down the line and they've moved 10, 20, 30 boxes, but they haven't loved on those customers because then we're just getting people started and we're dropping them. We're not helping them have success and we're not moving the needle in their health journey. So we want to make sure that they know how to follow up their customers every single week and that they understand the conversion process and why we are moving our customers through the entire process. Because guess what? It's not about selling a box of drops. It's about getting somebody started, celebrating with them their achievements, bringing them up into our community, and then really helping them decide that they want to be a part of what we have to offer. We're creating that raving fan, and then we're bringing them into the fold so they are one of us as we grow our team through those natural leads. Next, I'm going to, once they're gold and ultimate, so they've achieved that level in the comp plan, I'm going to confirm their subscription. I'm going to make sure they're enrolled in direct deposit. And then I'm going to let them know how to leverage that next box into their downline to earn that new volume bonus. And then once they're starting a team, I'm going to show them what to look at in their back office to know when to place, to look at their volume, to see what's going on inside their organization to make sure that everybody is on track and we're helping them all the best that we can. So first of all, I want to talk to you about this little start here section on boards. And your board might look a little bit different. Okay, so this is kind of a generic board for everyone. If you're in PartnerCo, you can use this board, but a lot of the teams have customized boards as well. So yours might be a little different. That's okay. They're all going to have the same bones behind it. So don't fret if it's a little different. I don't know what yours might look like, but on mine, it's going to say start here. And I send this to every single person when they enroll. And before we jump on a Zoom to get them onboarded, I make sure that they have blocked out 30 minutes to walk through this. It's going to save their frustration and it's going to save yours. It's going to teach them how to use boards, how to get it installed, how to do it on an Android versus an iPhone versus an Android. It's going to walk them through our groups. It's going to give them all of the links at their fingertips that it's going to help them have success. So you want to make sure that all your new brand partners have this and that you let them know that this is important and to focus on it, because we all can click through, right, and not quite get the information from it. So you just want to kind of set them up for success by saying it's going to take you 30 minutes. When can you sit still and walk through it and help them do that? Okay. Next is our subscription. This allows us to be paid. It's going to come out every 4 weeks. It's based on weeks, not months. So sometimes people will say, "Oh, I had 2 subscriptions this month. There must have been a mistake." But guess what? You also got that month. 5 paychecks. Okay. So it is weekly. It's based on a weekly calendar. It's going to come out every 4 weeks and it's going to move throughout the month. So this month, it might be the first week of the month. Next week, it might be the last, or excuse me, next month, it might be the last week, and then the third, and then the second, right? Because it's going to roll in that 4 week session or cycle. There we go. And so you want to make sure that you're looking at your dashboard to see what color week you are. So if you scroll down to the bottom of your phone, you're going to see your qualifying week. And in this example, it's green. Okay. So everywhere I look, I'm looking for green. So when I go into my subscribe and I look at my subscription, if you don't have one, you're going to add a new subscription and it's going to tell you again, what's your qualifying week? So again, it's green. And then when I go look at it, when it says the next run date, I'm going to see if I'm right because it's going to say green as well. But what I'll do is I'll go grab whatever products I want for my subscription. For me personally, what I recommend to people is a superfood and Renew. Okay. Now, Renew owns my heart. It's one of my most favorite products here. So I personally am a Renew and a Limu gal. That's what I recommend to people. But you pick the two that you want. I don't necessarily recommend the drops here. Why? Because you can get them cheaper, right? You're buying them in bulk. So grab one of those bulk boxes and pay 100 instead, or 70, right? Instead of the 123 by putting it here directly into your subscription. So that would be my recommendation. You do whatever you want, but that's what I would say. So I picked 2 products here to get to my 100 PV. And then when I continue to check out, it's going to give me a prompt to check my date. So I'm going to go and I'm going to find the first green to today. Now, let's say I mess this all up, right? And I'm like, shoot, I didn't get the right date. Well, I'm going to see it when I log into my dashboard. There's going to be some big red sentences there. I'm going to call customer support. I'm going to say, help me fix this. And there's even a button where I can align my dates so I can fix it very quickly right there. But if you have an issue, right, you miss a paycheck, whatever, call customer support because I can tell you, they want you to get paid. They don't want to keep your check. So they will fix it and they will send you your check the next week. They will fix it. Okay. So don't fret, right? There's no tripwires here. They want you to get paid, but just try to keep it on your appropriate week. Now, next is our direct deposit. And sometimes people can start the process, but they don't quite finish it because there are a few steps here. It's banking. You want it in your bank account. So we want to make sure that we respect this process and we take, again, a little focus time to go in here. So we're going to go to My Money in our back office and we're going to go down to PartnerCo Pay. And we want it to be in direct deposit. You'll also see e-wallet back there. That's an electric wallet. I don't want it over there. I want it in my bank. Okay. So pull it out of PartnerCo and put it in your bank account through direct deposit. I'm going to click on this PartnerCo Pay. This is going to be a little plus sign, and it's going to open up the direct deposit menu. I am going to, first of all, see The right here, it's going to say 0% direct deposit. I want a little bit more of my paycheck than zero, right? How much of your paycheck do you want? All of it? I want all of it too. So make sure that it says 100% at the top. Then you're going to fill in your banking information. Be careful, make sure you get it all right. Click save right here. And then you're going to scroll down at the bottom of the screen. You're going to confirm that it says 100% again, and you're going to click save. So there is a confirm, there's a save. There might even be another save. It's banking, so we want to be careful. But again, let's say you mess up. You left this at 0%. And so Friday comes around, you got 0% of your check. Well, go check your direct deposit, go fix it, and then call customer support. They want to help you. They're not going to keep your check. You didn't lose that money. It's just going to come a week late. We don't want that. But if it happens, it's not the end of the world. Don't fret. Again, there's no tripwires. Now, the next question that I get that's very, very common is, oh, how do I know where to place somebody? Now I'm brand new, or I've got a little bit of a team going. Where do I put my next brand partner when they enroll with me? Okay. So I will say that I put everybody in the placement queue because we can do some things with that. And you can talk to your upline about, what to do when you've got somebody in the placement queue. Maybe you can leverage it to help get somebody else in that placement queue. But we can, I like to put it there because then I have a moment to figure out where to place them. So how do I figure it out? I'm going to go to my money and I'm going to go to volume. And you're going to get a report that looks something like this. Okay. You might just have one line. You might have 5 lines. Okay. Doesn't really matter. The concept is the same. If you've got one, well, then we got to start the second because we need at least 2 lines in order to grow here, right? So if you only have one, well, then you're going to go place that one in your line 2. Okay. Your next one. But if you have 2, you'll notice that one most likely is going to have more volume than the other. Okay. Our goal is to keep these 2 lines as close to each other as possible. And so when I enroll my next person, in this one, I've got one line, it's pink, we're going to call it red. It's got significantly more volume than my other line. So I'm going to make sure that I am placing in my smaller line. So one thing to think of is red means stop, place in the other line. And your first week, you actually won't even have a little green L here yet, but then you will see it once you get going and you're growing your business. One will say green, that's where we're going to place. Now, what am I going to do with this red line? Okay, my power line. I am going to work with every single person there. I'm going to love on every brand partner. I am going to earn a paycheck from every single person that I have enrolled that's in that line. Like I'm going to love on them and support them just like the people in my quote pay line, but I am not going to place my next personal in that power line. And this is going, especially as your business is new, this is going to flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop, go back and forth, maybe by the minute. Okay. That's perfectly fine. So every time you enroll somebody, you want to be checking to see if, which line is your pay line at that moment. And you know what? When you enroll that person, it might flip to the other line. And that is completely normal. So our goal is just to keep them as close to each other as we can and realize that we're benefiting from all of it. So that doesn't matter, but that's just what we're going to look at when we place them. Now, this report is actually going to tell me a lot of really great things. So if I click on these are actually links. I'm going to click on those and it's going to open up my volume report. And I like to sort by my regular orders. I love my subscriptions and they pay my mortgage. And I am so grateful for every subscription on my team, but I don't focus on them. Okay. I'm going to focus on the regular orders. And what I look at here, I'm going to sort by order and I'm going to look at the PV and I'm going to look at the email address. And this is going to tell me some really interesting things. I can also look at details over there and that will give me some more information. So just know you can really dig into this report. But by looking at those 2 things, I get a pretty good idea of what's going on in my business. So first is this email. You'll notice Whitney. So most likely this is the same person. We got Kate and Josh. So most likely these are 2 different people. What most likely this is that Josh is placing an order under Kate. So I'm going to write him down on a piece of paper under a column that says ordering under other people. Okay. And then Aretha. So I know that it's her. Okay. Now I'm going to go look at this PV total. And what I'm looking for is, what is this divisible by? Is it a 1500 PV? That's a 30 pack. Is it 1,000? That's probably two 10 packs. Is it 500? That's a 10 pack. Is it 208? That's a 4 pack. And I am just looking at the volume, and anything that doesn't match the math, excuse me, I'm going to open and I'm going to look at the details because I want to know what's going on. And not because I'm going to reprimand anybody, because I'm nobody's boss, not even my own. I can't reprimand anybody, but I will course correct in a loving way as needed. And so I'm going to give you an example of that. Look at Aretha. She's 576. And when I look at the details, I can see that she ordered a 10 pack and then a 1 pack of drops. And that's fine. That's great. She sold 11 boxes. Congratulations. Good for her. But she just spent an extra like $50 on that 11th box. So I'm going to just have a little conversation with her. I'm going to congratulate her and say, great job, good work. Tell me a little bit about what's going on. And she's going to say, oh my goodness, I'm posting twice a day. I've got all these people coming to me. I got 11 boxes last week and I have 2 more now. I'm going to tell her, okay, next time, congratulations, that's great. Yay. Next time, hold that 11th box and wait until you get those 2 more. And then order at least a 4 pack because you're going to save $30 right in that moment, right? So we can pre-sell, we can hold on to that order for a minute and then place that order when we need those additional boxes. Okay. And so just a little way that we can help her on her journey, because how else is she supposed to know that she could have saved more money there? Now, the next thing I'm going to look at to help my hive is the striking distance report. I love this report. It is a fun report because it shows us who's winning and how we can help them with that. So again, I'm going to sort in here. So you can click on any of these things and it's going to sort the report. So go play with them, right? You can't break it. Go look at it, go play with it and get comfortable in here. I'm going to sort by current week, and I like to work on week 3. If you've never done this before, you got to start with week 4, because that means that they only have until this Friday to achieve ultimate in their business. So we want to start with the people closest to that. So I focus on week 3 because I do it weekly. And so I know that that person's got at least 10 days. I do this every Wednesday. They've got at least 10 days to get to their next business level. Okay. And so what does that mean? Our business levels depend on our personal PV and our customer PV. Okay. And so, and we're paid forever based on our business level. So if I am a member, well, then I haven't activated my business yet. So I need to activate and I need 200 PV by that 4th Friday. Okay. And then I'm going to earn 15%. If I'm business level, well, then that means that I have 500 PV and I'm earning 20%. If I'm elite, then that means I have 1,000 PV and I'm going to earn 25%. And if I'm ultimate, I've hit the top and I've got 1,500 PV and I'm going to earn 30% new volume bonus for life. Okay. Now, let me just say this. What if they miss it? Oh no, right? They made it to week 5 and they were at 1492. Guess what? Again, corporate is going to lean in with us so we can get that order, right? We get that additional PV. We're going to call customer support, most likely with your upline, and say, help me. They missed it by a week, but they've got it now. Will you push them to ultimate? We've got a one-time chance to do that. Okay. And then the company will run promotions in the future. But if somebody misses it just real close, something like that, there again, there's no tripwires. We will get them there. So reach out to your upline and they will help you with that. But for the majority, we're going to love on them on week 3 and we're going to go start writing these names down. So I have a column on my paper. Already I've got one list of people that are ordering under somebody else. Now I'm going to make a next column that says ultimate and then a next column of need PV. Okay, so these are just the calls I'm going to make. So I'm going to look at Madonna. She's 1,500, so she's ultimate. She's a rock star, so I'm going to write her down under that ultimate level. Tina, she's elite. She's missing 192, so I'm going to write her on that column, and I'm going to put a little 192 on it. Whitney, she needs 424. Olivia, she's ultimate. Stevie's ultimate. Dolly needs 500. Okay, Cindy needs 500. I love my age here that you can see from all my musicians here. Linda needs 500. Kate is business level. She needs 524. Aretha needs 500. I'm going to write those all down. And now I'm going to go start working the phone lines. Okay. I'm going to call anybody that's on week 3 that's not ultimate yet. And I'm going to celebrate where they're at. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. You are already elite. Do you know what that means? And I'm going to tell them what they earned right there, that they are already at 25%. That's incredible. Do they realize that they're only 192 from ultimate, which is going to bump them up a whole 5% for the life of their business? And how can I support them to get there? Do they want to do a Facebook Live with me so we can grab some pre-orders so we can order a 4-pack? Do they want to gather some people together in their house and introduce their neighborhood and I'll come on over? Do they want to do some phone calls with me? I don't know, but I'm going to offer those things to that person to help them get to ultimate. Now, why am I doing that? One, I'm a nice person, right? I want you to win. But two, I'm a selfish turtle. So you can be both at the same time, I promise. Because one, I want them to win, but guess what? All of that volume that we gather, whose business is that going to go in if this is in my striking distance? It's going to go in mine. That's going to help grow my future and my business as well. So this is a beautiful way to show that this business is a win-win. They're going to win and I'm going to win by helping them win. So we want to do that. Next, my next column is anybody that's reached ultimate and I haven't met them yet or I haven't celebrated them yet. I am going to introduce myself and I'm going to love on them. Congratulations, you're doing big things. Like, oh my gosh, do you realize what you've achieved here? You are already at the pinnacle of our comp plan. Great work. And then I'm going to offer to get together with them. Hey, you've got some customers. Are they local or did you ship them all out? And if they say, oh, I shipped every single one, then I'm going to offer them a Zoom event. Let's go do a customer appreciation event via Zoom. Let's do it in a week from now. So they've had about 3 weeks on the drops and we'll go convert them, right? Or if they're local, then I'm going to say, perfect. I'm going to come on over because you're my neighbor too. Let's have a customer appreciation event or a hormones and health or a drop talk. And let's go invite those people over and see if we can convert them, right? So I'm going to offer my assistance to them, to the people that are already there. And then anybody that's ordering under somebody else, I'm going to congratulate them. Not only did you achieve ultimate, but you've gone beyond. I see you. I see that you're moving more boxes. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to love on them. And then I'm going to offer my help. Do you want me to get on some conversion Zooms? Do you want me to do an event at your home? Do you want me to jump on a Zoom with you? I don't know, but I'm going to let them know that I am here to support them in their journey. And as we're closing down, I'll talk to you briefly about a customer appreciation event. I don't care what you call it. I've got one person that's currently calling them pop-ups. I don't know what a pop-up is, but she calls it a pop-up, and we do a pop-up every Thursday right now. So we do pop-ups. You can call it a drop talk. You can call it a hormone and health event, customer appreciation. Doesn't matter. Call it whatever you want, but let's just get some people together. And that can be in person, right? That's fun. That can be online. That's fun too. It doesn't really matter. We just want to make sure that we are short and sweet so that people can come in and they can get out and they can see that not only did they have a good time, but when they look at your event, they're going to ask themselves, can I do this? And would I want people to do this with me? Would I invite my friend to an event like this? And so, one of the things that I say, sometimes I'll go and you'll see like a beautiful spread of food, and you can tell that that hostess planned all day and it's gorgeous, or that host, right? It's gorgeous. And I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to go, ooh, I could never do that because I'm not a cook and I'm running in the door as my guests run in the door, and my hair is usually like kind of doing something crazy over here because I'm like a whirling dervish going through my day. And so I might look at that event and go, "Ooh, I couldn't do that." Or sometimes we have a ton of fun and we go and they show a presentation that takes them 45 minutes and they are an expert on hormones and every ingredient and all of these things, and I might learn a lot, but I go, I could never do that because I'm not an expert and I don't want to take that much time. I couldn't afford to do that every week. I've got to pay a babysitter, right? So we want to make sure that we are doing our best, but simply. We are keeping it so simple. So if it's in person, less than an hour, like driving there, getting home, it's got to be less than an hour. If it's online, less than 15 minutes. Less is more because we want people to jump on and jump off. I have a recorded presentation at 6 minutes, and I think I was a little wordy. So we want it to be short and sweet so that people go, I can do that. I'd show that to my friends so that it can duplicate, which is the goal of everything that we do here. So that is our presentation for today. I'm going to go ahead and stop my share, stop the recording.